Cool, cool. I'm gonna wait another 30 seconds, see if anyone else logs in.
Okay. How's it going, baby?
Good. Staying busy.
That's great. Did you have like an inspection today? I think I saw you online.
Probably like 8 months now. They finally, they went through a lot personally, but they finally was like, okay, let's go look at some houses today.
Oh, good.
So I just use it as an opportunity to finally just meet them, because I've been trying to get an appointment. Like, let's sit down, let's talk about the process. No, we're not ready yet. They had like death in their family and a whole bunch of other things going on. I wasn't really pushing it. But today they were like, let's see this one. And we ended up seeing 2 others. And so it kind of got them motivated. Like, I submit the rest of your paperwork. Let's get pre-approved fully.
Right.
So I'm going to count that as an appointment. And
Okay.
then walking to the house and I see the renovations, and it's like there's like stuff everywhere. Doors don't work. It was insane. I'm like, these people need to feel a little better.
Okay. Well, that's good that you got to meet your new clients, and you're gonna.
Oh, you froze for a little bit.
Oh. What about now?
On my end.
You'll have like the holy heavenly spirit behind you with that glare coming in from.
An angel. I'm just kidding. Can you hear me though? Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and make our rounds of blessings, personal, business, whatever you want to say, whatever's on your mind since the past week. What blessings, who wants to go first?
I've had a couple of dry months, like no pre-approved buyers. I had 3 closings in 1 month. I think that was like November. And it's just been dry. Like, nothing's coming my way. Nothing's been working. And then I kind of shifted my focus on my handyman business as well, because we started that back up in January. But now, like the past week alone, 3 sets of my people are getting pre-approved, plus the ones I took out today. Hopefully they're going to submit their paperwork. But I might have some, things coming along in the pipeline soon. So it took a while to even like get there. And now I'm just like, all right, let's just be a little bit patient, and it's going to happen. But 2 of my mentees are actually under contract right now. So that's really good too.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Who are your mentees?
I have 4 EXP mentees. They're not with the Alliance Group. They're just EXP agents. I'm probably not going to take on any more mentees, but the two of the 4 are, both of them went under contract with their buyers this week. One of them is a $555,000 buyer. So that was a really cool one.
Nice. Mentoring people in the hardest market ever, and they're putting under contract. High dollar amounts.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's what I got.
Anyone else got one? Personal or business?
Well, I'll go. My birthday was last week, so that's a blessing. 1 more year of life, I guess. But it's been very nice to, kind of like looking forward towards the new year for me. Just being in the right team at the right time. I feel like I'm learning to be persistent and patient. I feel like, it's new to me to have to kind of like wait and see the process. I'm used to like getting things done fast and quick. So this is a completely different kind of deal. So I'm learning to just be patient and enjoy the process. I was working with a buyer that didn't really like pan out so fast. We put offers, didn't get them. But even them giving me some kind of like gift it's a blessing. I mean, I was like, that's amazing, because people don't do that nowadays, and just kind of like appreciating the time and efforts that we put to get this house to find out, they put an offer in. It was nice. So I feel like that's a blessing for me.
Nice. Nice that you recognize that too. That they recognize that as well.
At first I was like, oh my gosh, they're firing me. They're like, here, take this money and thank you. We won't be getting anything anytime soon, but it was more just like they see it. They see how hard it is. And it's frustrating as much as for them, but for also the agents. I mean, it's not easy. So
Gotcha. They hated you so much that they paid you to fire you. I would say my blessing, out, I guess it's still business related. The fact that I have an agent going to Cabo, Annie. I know that was one of the big things. I had conversations with Gil that I've recorded on my phone that are personal one-on-ones in Cabo. So that has helped build me. And also the part of this blessing is me being able to run this team meeting. I posted something today on my Instagram as far as a reel about how luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So I've kind of prepared some of the things, my knowledge, and I'll go into some things I actually teach now. Jamie in our office always says, you know, I get better when I get a chance to teach. So that's going to be my opportunity. My blessing today is teaching you guys some things that I focused on, learned from Bobby and Gil, and share some perspectives on what I've seen, how I've been able to piggyback on their success, and that you guys can do as well. So I'll go into that. Unless anyone else wants to mention any more blessings. Let me admit John here.
Can you see me?
Oh, I see you.
hi, Wendell.
I'm with you guys because it's kind of a blessing to see that even though sometimes you have like a buyer that you're working for a long time, and last week after our meeting, I think it was like Thursday, one of the buyers that I'm working for over 4 months, he reached out to me and said, oh, we submitted an offer today. And I said, what? What do you mean? And he told me, yeah, I like a house. And then I went to the house and we submitted an offer. And I said, really? So tell me more. And then he was telling me that he found this realtor that makes some promises for him. And then I asked, like, we are always learning, okay, tell me more. What is the offer? How strong is the offer? And he was telling, oh, they listed the property for 345 and we made an offer for 330. And I asked, did you waive anything like appraisal, anything, inspection? No, the guy told me that we're good to go and we're gonna get this house for less amount of money that they list the property. And I said, oh, that's very interesting. And then he keep telling me a lot of things. And I said, man, honestly, I'll be here for you. So I'm very blessed to know, and I really appreciate what you're telling me, because of course I want to find the best deals for you, as Gil and Bobby always say, for the best price, best protection. And then I keep talking with him, and by the end of the conversation, he was, oh, and I told him, what about new construction? Because for that amount of money or a little bit more, you can get a brand new house. And I was kind of not giving up and trying to show the value that we can bring to the table instead of just going there and making an offer. And by the end of this week, he reached out to me again. Oh, Wendell, it didn't work out. So I would like to go with you and check some houses. Let's do this. I could see that you're really wanting to help me. And that is really blessing, because last year when we started as a team here, I didn't have this kind of knowledge to observe the information, and probably by that time I was just saying, okay, so thank you and bye. And I didn't do that because I have some kind of knowledge to bring value to the table. And that is a good feeling to know sometimes, or most of the time, that I know what I'm talking about, that I can provide value and show people, because most of the public, they just think, oh, I submitted an offer and I'm gonna win this house, I'm gonna be in a house 30 days. And that is a huge blessing. I could be talking here for a long time, but yes, that is a big win for me to check that we're having progress in this real estate business that I really have a passion for.
You're gonna have them sign your buyer brokerage agreement, so that doesn't happen anymore.
Yes, that's definitely the first thing that I'm gonna do when we met in person.
It happens multiple times too. Get that signed.
But that's a huge win, Wendell. Like you have the ability, even without that, to win them back or win them over. And now you're seeing an opportunity to use it. So that knowledge of knowing that you have a buyer brokerage agreement, knowing how to use it, and also the power in your skills and knowledge to not have to win them back. I mean, you're an assassin at that point. You can do either or. You can assess a situation and know that you have a buyer brokerage agreement when it's needed, and you have the skills when it's not needed.
That's so true. Yes.
John, last one. What you got? Blessings, whether it's real estate related or life related. What you got?
I mean, I'd probably say blessing would be, I mean, I got tons of blessings. One would be here working at this restaurant that I'm at right now, here working with my family. It's truly a blessing to be here working alongside the family, seeing the family every day, and then and being able to feed hungry people, you know, and see smiles on everybody's faces after eating. Um, and then also working with being a part of the Davos team. Since being a part of the team, we've been well, I've been learning a lot more than what I was learning before, and as well as being a part of something bigger than just working by myself as an agent. You know, we're all in it together, and have a bigger purpose in mind.
Nice. Where's this restaurant at? Can we bring clients in between showings and do some consultations there?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm in Lake County in Tavares. It's called Thai Jasmine House. I'd argue it's the best restaurant in Lake County, to be honest. So I mean, y'all are more than welcome to come through whenever.
Your family owns this restaurant?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Your family owns this restaurant? This is a family business?
Yes, it is.
All right. Nice. What has that taught you, and why get into real estate? You can just, you know, take over the restaurant and you know, carry that on.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, why not just carry on with the family business? Why get into real estate? Why add that to your plate?
Well, first of all, like it's my brother and his girlfriend. They run the business. I'm here to help as much as I can, and then invest time into the business as well. I'd probably say, I mean, there's just a lot more potential in real estate in regards to building wealth for the future, not only for my future but for my kids and my grandkids. When my brothers had he had a kid 2 years ago, and I mean, I see him as kind of like a symbol of our future, and I wanna build something for him, build a good future for him. I mean, yeah.
Nice. I can connect with that. I have a niece that really is my example. I'm the youngest in my family. So I have a sister that's 7 years older, a brother that's 2 years older. So I think we're all connect on that same way, that financial freedom. We're trying to provide something based on our experiences and the family that we grew up in, and just see an opportunity for more. And we found a vehicle or the right people for more. So I think that's something everyone on this call can relate to, because you probably don't join EXP or this office if you didn't have that kind of spirit or that kind of desire. And then you find out that real estate is just that vehicle, but these people in this office will get you there.
Yeah, it's that culture, the EXP culture. It's something else, something you don't see at other brokerages. Because I mean, I was at 2 other brokerages before EXP, and I really admire the fact that everybody's like there for each other. Everybody's there to help each other. Like right now, it's a good example asking what we're thankful for, what we're grateful for. So that's awesome. Yeah.
Nice. Always love to hear that we're different. And honestly, the people who are in Cabo right now are experiencing that on a different level. When I went to Cabo, you kind of get to see all the other brokers, agents that also believe in EXP, but you hear the stories. You hear how they all wanted some different desire. They wanted something more. And, they're kind of getting that. And so Cabo is your opportunity. So if you want to see that live and in person through other people who already have those results, Cabo is a place to go. Or we have the Build conference. You'll learn about that. That'll be announced. Just got announced in Cabo that's going to be this year in August, in Texas. So I went last year as well. So if you want to partake in the culture, that's where it is. We also have EXPs hosting their company event here in Orlando. So if you want to see the culture, that's the event to go to.
Awesome. I'm excited.
All right, so to kind of get into it, there are some resources that I've been talking with Raquel about, with Lana about, that I know was introduced to a lot of us at the very beginning when Davos was introduced and started, that I know that kind of got away from you guys. The biggest value that joining this team is, one, you get to collaborate and you get to see those examples and learn from the group chat, and also access to leads. That's what's going to put money in your paycheck. That's the biggest value. You got access to leads to run with. And there's no question that, what should I do today? Call some leads, talk to some people, start some conversations. That's the biggest value. But I know everybody's looking for a little bit more, like, when am I going to get some coaching or teaching on this? I feel like I'm just thrown in here. I didn't know about these resources. And so that's what today is all about. I studied these resources. When I switched over from a small brokerage to EXP here, no matter what Bobby and Gil had said or presented, I took that as truth. I took that and bookmarked it immediately. I knew, I clicked through every button on it. I learned what every button does, where it takes you, every resource. And I knew that it's not all just Bobby and Gil's resources. We actually have access to resources that EXP provides, that other people in the organization, Global Alliance, provides. And everybody that's in Cabo right now is all a part. You might be seeing on their Instagram posts, lives, or whatever, One Big Fire. We are a part of that. That is part of other people that have brought Bobby and Gil here, who have opened up their playbook and resources that we all have. But to give you on the level that we have, I'm going to share my screen and show you and dive into that, because I know there's some questions. Actually, I want to talk about my background first. If you didn't know, today is International Women's Day. So I thought this was an awesome background. Revolution is not a one-time event, by Andre Lorde. If you don't know who that is, this description right here. Was an American writer, feminist, womanist, librarian, and civil rights activist. She was a self-described Black, lesbian, mother, warrior, poet, who dedicated both her life and her creative talent to confronting and addressing injustices of racism, sexism, classism, and homophobia. So I thought her quote here is awesome, that we all can use and take. Most people are just going to post a simple post, International Women's Day, but put some meaning behind it if you're going to post that. I thought this is something anyone that can connect with in their own jobs, in their own life and family, but Revolution is not a one-time event. So I think that's huge for today. If you're going to talk about it, advertise it, place your opinion on it, place your own story and what you really truly believe on that. So I wanted to show that. And then also, I've known this for a while, but for International Women's Day, you can see female owners and single female owners are outpacing males altogether when it comes to home ownership. First-time single female owners, first-time home buyers outpace men, and repeat buyers, female are killing men in both those categories. So, that's something to talk about. You want to talk about International Women's Day, here are the facts. So just want to point that out and put that as my background. So another blessing out there. But to get into resources, if you don't know, if you haven't seen this, this is something you want to bookmark immediately. So join tdp.com. If you didn't know, we have a talent development program. This is what pretty much Bobby has put together for all of us in this whole organization. If you joined and you went through boot camp, it was talked about, you have access to it, but they kind of go into some other things to teach you and coach you up, but this is where all your resources are. I wanted to talk about this. Bobby had asked, what do you want to talk about? Give me a format of what you want to talk about in our team meeting. And one thing I am seeing in our group chat, it's great to learn. All those questions are great. We're all getting some real live in-depth knowledge on how to tag on those certain things, but they all actually can be pretty much answered in some videos that Bobby has already done for you. So at jointdp.com, this is going to be your best resource. If you don't know how to do something or what to do, that first initial knowledge of library is going to be in the Get It Done videos. You can click this banner here, and that'll take you to the entire YouTube library, about 52, 53 videos that Bobby has already done, answering some of those questions. Things like starting the purchase contract, how to write a winning contract, how to use Authentisign, how to set up a home search and save your search in auto emails, how to comp a property. A lot of you really need to go into that and need to use that definitely. And there's multiple videos on these same topics. So if you need to hear it in a different realm with a different property, different input, it's all here for you. These are kind of the beginning how-tos. Coming up with a winning offer price, seller's open house, how to input something in SkySlope or for a referral, how to get paid in SkySlope. Some of you are probably gonna go to that first. How do I get paid in SkySlope in the right way? We also have, and some of these are some of the classes that he's done, but some other, how to input a listing into MLS. Raquel just got a listing, so we went in depth on how to get listing presentations signed, but here's how you put it in MLS. And we do have transaction corners that, as you build your business, can do it for you, but you kind of need to know what to do and how to put it in yourself. That way you can actually build a repeatable business. You can actually let a transaction coordinator know what you want done and set expectations in your business when you know how to do it yourself. KV core classes, how to crush it in commercial, buyer's consultation. If you really don't have a grasp or a format or just need to see it from someone else, I'm a visual learner, here are the videos for it. How to write a commercial contract, how to write a listing agreement, how to write a listing exclusion form if you're not listing it immediately. Let's see, some more of these are just about EXP. How to value a vacant residential lot. So these are all questions that I've seen come up, and get answered, and we're all going to learn faster answering these in the group chat. But if you just expected more coaching, if you expected more information on how do I start, how do I do these simple things, this is where it's at. Join TDP. This is the talent development program here. So then if you've been through all these videos, I've been through them multiple times. So I know these inside and out, and that's how I've learned. That's how I'm able to teach and answer your questions. And really, but it's still good to put information questions in the group chat. That's how we all learn in the real live scenario in this realm, in this market. Some of these things you'll learn in these videos, you probably wouldn't do in this market because that was made maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You could be a little bit slower. You could do some certain things there, but your basic how-tos, I would take some time, spend some real time over the next couple of weeks going through all these videos. Some of them are 35 minutes, some of them are 2 hours. So, spend some time learning if you really wanted to develop yourself in the simple how-tos. And if you feel a little lost just on how do I be a realtor presentation, I didn't know about that, it's probably in this library here. So I really wanted to dive in deep in the town development program here. If I go back to join TDP, if any of you need a visual, kind of a handheld, what I worked on with 2 other agents is a listing presentation. There's that knowledge on how to give a CMA and how to do a CMA. That's something we've all been taught, learned, or is in the videos there, but I like to give something physical. Bobby has already created customizable listing presentations, and I can give you mine as well. It's all the same information. I just reorganized it to the style that I wanted and how I wanted to present it. But if you don't have reviews, you can leverage the team. You can leverage your team at Celebration, Home First Lending, our office stats, our Davos team. It's never just you if you're a brand new agent, but if you needed to present something, especially if you're brand new, steps to the process. If you wanted to develop a process to be able to communicate to your sellers or to your buyers, Bobby has already created these templates. Mine look a little bit different. You might have seen on my story on Instagram, I posted my luxury version. I have a regular version. It's these same icons. It's these same words. I just wanted to present it in a different way. But, and Bobby's is pretty long. I just didn't want to take a seller through that many pages. But steps to the process, if you want to embody this, take it over. This is for you. These are the resources to allow you to just hit the ground running. Just take someone else's. You're allowed to take these things. They've all been created for you. So the seller's journey, I will guide you. You have a plan. So if you go on a listing presentation and you don't know really what your plan is, no problem. Bobby's already made it up for you. You can just print this out, put your face on it. You can take copy paste and make your own presentation. If you want to change out, make it your own style. That's there again in Join TDP. And then if you needed one for a buyer's guide, already there for you. Let's see. Required documents. Listing presentation, the documents that are required for that. Special docs that are needed for writing an offer. EXP has our own. So if you didn't know, that's there. Join TDP is your place to go for all resources. But I really want to, next point I want to go into is for pending SkySlope. If you don't know how to use SkySlope, if you don't know when you get anything signed, that's the first place you want to put it. One, that's how we track for Davos Team. Two, you should know how to use SkySlope. So that way, when you have a transactionator or coordinator that can do it for you, you can advise, you know what she's doing, you know at what speed. You can just send her a simple text message, a call, or an email when you get something signed. Hey, I need you to do this. Can you complete that? And that can be done for you. So we're back out making calls. The highest productive thing that we can do as an agent is conversation, getting something signed, and not doing admin work. That's what a transaction coordinator can do for you. But if you don't know how to do it yourself, how can you set expectations? How can you ask more? How can you leverage more of a transaction coordinator if you don't know what that process is, what to do with this piece of paper? I, as a blessing, for the first time ever, learned that anything that we need signed by our broker through EXP, it has to go through DigiSign. I've been here a year and a half, didn't know, because I just always got something signed, sent it to our transaction coordinator. So I got laughed at a little bit by Annavette when I mentioned that I just emailed PDFs to our broker. So after a year and a half, so it humbled me a little bit. But if you needed something, how to learn Transaction Desk, it's all here in Bobby's videos and right here. So how to send things for DigiSign, how to upload documents in the SkySlope, referrals, how to get paid. This is your place to learn everything about that. And then also I want to say, you've all went through boot camp. You might have seen this before. This is the launch book. So we've gone through video resources, how to do things. Learning SkySlope is going to be a great thing for you. So you know what to ask, how to leverage a transaction coordinator. But at any point, if you get lost in real estate, if you just want to restart, if you want to implode your entire business because it wasn't working, it was sporadic, and you just needed the resources, how to rebuild this business, where do I start? How can I get a clean slate? The launch book is your place to go to. It has all your resources. And you might remember this from boot camp. It was probably a long time ago, but if you still have it, if you have the physical version, break it out. If not, you can print this out or it's in Join TDP. I would say this to your desktop on your computer. But these are all the ways that you can get business. And it all starts from the very beginning, talking about our culture. But I want to get into what we call DPA, dollar productive activities, and also the principles. You'll see here, the principles that we were taught in boot camp. Have more conversations. Conversations equal money. Asking more questions. Dollar productive activities. What can you do if you find some free time in your day or you get something done by 11 a.m. or noon? Can I do more in the day? Boot camp and revisiting the launch book here will give you all those things. There's so many things on how to make money here, ways to connect with your sphere, scripts on how to connect with people, how to make more money, connect on social media, dollar productive questions. Those two questions that Gil's are his dollar making questions there. So revisit that launch book. This is where you would have first learned about the Join TDP. So the second I learned this in boot camp, I knew that was important. I just knew when I joined here, I was going to take everything that they said as truth, place a high value on it. So that's why I know about it. But it might have been skipped over. It might not have, you might not have come from some other brokerage and known that there's some valuable things here. So this is where you would have first learned about Join TDP. And we had a regimen when you first joined this Davos team. You had to create a profile on 10 different sources. So you had your face out there. We had to go through and get all these videos done. So you might have had the lucky stride or unlucky stride of joining this team and access to the leads, but hadn't got this coaching done. So, but this is where you can find it. If you just needed to find those resources, here is where you would have first learned about it, where you can go back and find it. So if you just need to really learn. So I really want to just cut down on some of those questions that were entry-level questions that I just know we have videos on. I know it would have answered for you, because we can answer something in the group chat, and that's fine. You got that answer, but it's not really the whole perspective. You may be more of a visual learner. That might have worked for their deal, but you want to know, how is that going to work for mine? And if it's answered, it might have been answered a week ago, and you might not run into the scenario till a month later. So the Join TDP, Get It Done videos is that entire library. If you wanted actual coaching and you were expecting that week to week or one-on-ones with Bobby, you can still ask for those, reach out. But no, it's probably in Join TDP on those Get It Done videos. Does anybody have any questions regarding those? You happy to know about it?
I learned about it yesterday with you, so thank you.
Has that helped change your perspective? You know now where your support is at?
Oh yeah, definitely, because I do, and I think we talked about it, like I love the messenger where anyone can ask any questions and people are there to like really just help each other. I love that. But I'm also more of a visual learner, and I like being able to do it at my own pace, and not only in the moment in time for when I need it, but also so I can like really absorb what I need to know and then be able to use it whenever I come across the same situation.
Same thing for me. Like, I need to see it. I want to hear your tone of voice. I want to see how long it took you to do it. Can I do it faster? I know Lon and I went into doing comps yesterday, real slow. It took about an hour and a half, but we know we can do it faster than that. But I wanted to show her, and I showed her the videos, and now she knows that we've done it together. So she has that experience. Now when she goes and watches the comp videos that Bobby has, the multiple ones that are up there, now she can see, oh, okay, so Bobby does it the same way. Oh, this is actually the right way to do it. Like, this is a duplicatable system. Now I get it. You know, I'm seeing it in different ways, and you're going to learn different lines that we might say and tell our buyers and sellers. So there are some things that Bobby says in there that you're going to steal. So it's more than just answering your question, how to do comps. You're going to hear how someone explains it, how someone teaches it, and then you can always refer back to it.
I knew that this existed, but and I've checked it out a couple of times before, but I haven't used it. I didn't even realize how many videos were in there. So that's really cool.
Yeah. And again, what's funny is this isn't just to the Davos team. This is Join TDP. This is talent development program is for all of Alliance. So there are some things that might get skipped over, but I think it's just not everyone knows the value of it until someone else explains it, really goes into it. So there's a reason why some people on our group have mentioned, you're so knowledgeable, you're able to answer things so quickly, and how are you just know a lot. I've watched these videos maybe 4 or 5 times. I remember, at the end of the day, maybe 10 p.m., 9 p.m. till 1 in the morning, going through the videos, sitting through. If I found a video that Bobby and Gil were in, or an event that they attended, I went to go find those same videos. I wanted to know that if they went to an event and there was a video that someone posted, I wanted to see the same things they learn those things, because I know, I wanted to be just as knowledgeable as them. So that's the time it's going to take. These are a lot of videos. They're long. Some of them are boring. You might know some stuff you might need to skip through, but once you know they're there and you're able to teach it now at that point, I mean, I can do comps now in 5 minutes. I did it last night for someone looking at houses. And I'll give you that example, that true story. So I'm searching with a guy who is a friend of my brother's, Jeremy. He's approved FHA, and he has to pull money out of his retirement to cover closing costs. Real tough one. We're not really going to be able to ask for closing costs. It's a real tough one. But I went to a house that was overlooked by a bunch of different people, because in Volusia County, it's a 2-1 price for $240,000. There were 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, other homes in Deltona, DeBerry, DeLand that were priced less, gave you more square footage, gave you more bedrooms. So this one kind of sat a little bit. And it was a nice, clean, new windows, new roof, new AC, clean inside, ready to go. And it's on the market for 9 days. I, as a professional, know that that's a good deal. It's overlooked as something winnable for our FHA offer. So he was wondering why was it skipped over. I said, well, let's just see. Let's do comps on it. There are homes that have sold that no improvements for 160, 180. This one's priced for 240, and they have more bedrooms and less square footage. And there are other homes that have other improvements or the exact same for 280, 265. So what it tells me is this is just a hard comp. So someone just placed up a number up there, and it seems high to every other home that sells in Deltona. It seems high for other homes in DeBerry, but it's a hard comp. I don't really think they priced it well. I don't think they exactly know what they're doing. So I went into this home is probably winnable because other people aren't seeing the value. Just because it's listed at 240 doesn't mean that's really what it's going to sell for. But my knowledge of going into comps, being able to do it quickly right there live on Zoom, in 4 minutes, now we're going to go see it tomorrow. We're going to make an offer on it. It's a clean home. It's winnable. So that FHA buyer, that's kind of what I've been able to tailor because of my knowledge of comps. So go into those videos. You'll be an assassin on that. Let's see. To kind of finish this out, I also want to show you the little bit of a taste of outside of our Alliance organization. So join TDP, Talent Development Program. That's what our office has pretty much created, Bobby and Gil, to learn here. We have other resources. If you wanted to learn what people are doing in other states like California, Arizona, Tennessee, New York, there are other organizations that are a part of Bobby and Gil's downline, upline, whatever you want to call it, that we have access to. So the first one I'm going to show here is Brent Gove. That is the guy who's running the Cabo event right now. We have access to all of his resources, anything he's ever done, put out videos. He has his own team meetings like this every month. He just posted on his YouTube. So if you need to learn from the guy that's hosting the Cabo event that put Gil and Bobby on a stage, Veronica on a stage, that Cabo event that everyone's posting about, wishing that they were able to go, we have access to all those videos, those trainings of those leaders who are hosting that event. So the other amounts of trainings that you could spend hours in, real estate training by Brent Gove. So let's go into buyers. Mega open house, how to do a better open house. His favorite open house signs, which are my favorite. I think BB might have put these out at one point. If you needed some cool custom open house signs that provide more value, how many times have we gone to down the street, we see a small little open house sign and with an arrow. What if your open house sign offered some value, like a free list of homes in the area? How to U-turn sign. What if we provide more value with a QR code or come in for the rest of the homes in the area? I think this is an awesome sign that I never would have thought of, but the fact that we have these resources for other people in EXP willing to open up their playbook and put it out there. Trainings on KV Core outside of our organization, Brent Gove just puts it up here for free. How to get referrals, lead generation, getting leads through video. If I go back to sellers, lead generation, how to get more sellers, more information on KV Core, 21 ways to crush the listing presentation. So if Bobby only had one video on it, we have tons of more videos from other people that Bobby and Gil have learned from, who are used to be with other companies. So the entire playbook of people who used to work at Keller Williams, used to work at Remax, Century 21, they all have those resources and always held it on to themselves. At EXP, we give it out for free. We're all a part of Brent Gove's downline. So we're free to use all these resources. So if you need another visual, another way to learn listing presentations, how to generate leads on KV Core, how to price it right, that might be another great video to go into. Now you have a comparison, how Bobby does it and then how someone else in our organization does it. So I'm not going to go into that one. So just know that this is another person. You want to bookmark this, brentgove.com. This is the guy that's hosting the entire Cabo event. Other events, if you want to attend other events, you'll see signs up around our office. But if you didn't really know how connected we are, I mean, you will be introduced to Brent Gove. You can go up and meet that man. He knows once you mention Bobby or Gil that we are part of that downline. That, if you see a couple millionaires in EXP, it's probably because of our production. Money flows and their resources are free for us to use. So when is the next event that you want to make it to? Brain Gove is hosting all these events. These are where Bobby and Gil are going to be going no matter what. This is already on their calendar to go. So if you want to attend the next event, if you need an idea of what to save for, how much it's going to cost, this is a resource for you. Where are Bobby and Gil going to be? How are they learning? How are they moving? If you want to be close to your mentor, be close to the people who are the movers and shakers, this is where you want to be at. This is where you can find those events. And then again, I don't think these are the best scripts ever, but you can't say that you don't have access to scripts, that you don't know what to say. We have scripts ourselves in this office. Those of you that are going to Sync University, you're going to learn some scripts there. Now you have some visuals to compare. Here's some Brain Gove scripts. I don't think these are the best ones, and you want to use the ones that you actually want to use. But Lana and I talked about, if you're not into scripts, it's just not something you want to do, I think you need to pay the price, because we talked about this. Scripts give you a voice. You can't be all over the place, but scripts give you a simple voice that when you don't have one, then you can bring in your personality. Then you can start bringing in the value and the things that you learn about this market. But at the end of the day, I mean, the scripts really give you a voice to wake up in the morning and know what you got to do. Even if it's a simple intro. I just use the intro to Sync University. Hey, this is Devin from the home search site. Saw you were looking at homes in Central Florida. I was curious. Are you looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, or just browsing? I can say that as fast or as slow as I need to with any buyer, because it's just stuck in my head. I could say that waking up in the morning, if I need to make a phone call the second I wake up, that script is in my mind, and then I know how to tailor and carry on a conversation. But the script gave me a voice.
Yeah, I like what you said about that yesterday, because I never thought that, that this is how people learn, especially people in this business. Like, having a script gives you that framework as to like where to start and where your conversation is going. And the other thing was how you practice in different places, like vacant homes, where you go and you just like practice all of your scripts. That was pretty cool.
Awesome. Something else that we have access to and more. So there is a never-ending amount of resources that we have. So I'm going to go to something that you may not know, Honey Badger Nation. This is one of the first things, you'll find it in the launch book, that we have access to. You'll see it looks like you've already purchased Honey Badger Nation. Just the fact that we have joined underneath a guy named Jay Kinder and Michael Reese, we have access to their entire playbook for free. We also can get certifications. You'll find other people around this office. A lot of people on Team Grade will put on their business cards, will put out there on their reviews or anywhere they can advertise that they're certified as a certified home selling advisor. This is where Gil had got that term, you're a real estate advisor, from the NAE, a National Association of Expert Advisors. You can get certified. You can get certified as a home advisor. If you need some extra knowledge that they've taken from years and years and years of coaching from Keller Williams, Century 21, a collaboration of all these organizations at EXP, we're happy to share it here.
What's the website, Devin? I'm sorry. How did you get there?
If you go to jointdp.com, all the way to the right, it's in more, and Honey Badger Nation. So to give you some perspective, Brain Gove is hosting the Cabo event, right?
Yes.
During every intro of every day, if you're watching people's stories or their Instagrams, you'll see one big fire. That is the coaching company, Honey Badger Nation, that we have access to for free. So if you just wanted some credibility, if you want some knowledge, if you say I'm brand new, leverage the fact that this office, that you're trained, that you're certified. It'll take some time, but these videos, they're a little bit boring, but that's the value of taking the time to get certified. If you want that confidence in your abilities, if you want that extra training that you thought you were going to get one-on-one, it's because we don't need to come and sit down and one time get some knowledge and then you're on your own. You can revisit these videos all day long. But this is another part of an organization, one big fire, the people at the top that run through EXP that we have access to, another resource library. This is a free membership. If you want to know how we're able to sell homes for 18% more, the scripts, this is where Gil learned that system, a proven, repeatable system. If you ever hear Gil say that.
Always.
Do you think he came up with that, or was that something, someone else?
I thought it was his thing, but I guess, he probably made it his thing, but came from here.
Came from here, NAEA. So again, another resource you have access to for resources, courses, all that training for free. People pay big dollars to learn these things, but it's right there and available. And then the last resource I want to dive into is EXP On Demand. Flat out, the regular trainings every week, I think it's 120 hours every week of EXP trainings. If you don't know what Workplace is, it's the Facebook version for EXP. So EXP University, you can go and learn how to get into Workplace. But if you need to learn more about KV Core, Realtor Insurance, Florida State Group, if you don't know who our broker is, Hanan or Ann that you can call her, we have our own state group. All the information updates that she would be giving out. If you don't know your broker, this is where you would find her, the information that she's giving out. One thing also, I would say make use of EXP On Demand and also through Workplace. If you don't know how to find Workplace, you can go to EXP Enterprise.
Right, so EXP On Demand is completely different than EXP Enterprise and completely different from the metaverse.
EXP Enterprise is the login for everything. If you want to see your business, revenue share, checks, sky slope, EXP Enterprise is where you go. This is all resource marketing, make it rain if you want to pay for leads. Enterprise is just that first login. Here's Workplace right here at the very bottom. If you need branding, signs, if you need the EXP logos to put on things, this is all your resources are in EXP Enterprise. It's where you find SkySlope. At the very bottom, you'll find Workplace. It's our Facebook version only for EXP things, all EXP agents, but it's designed like Facebook. You can see all I did here. Type in Jennifer Encarnacion or Jennifer Wade. She teaches the entire world of EXP agents. She's in her office. She does teachings here. She has a team. Our agents that are iconing, they're required to do certain teachings in EXP University. So you will see people in this office teaching in EXP University. That's just another example of how well known our office is in the world of EXP. They know us. They know Bobby and Gil. They know Veronica. They know our other leaders, Dan Rojas. That's why we had a couple of weeks ago, it got canceled, but we had a call with our owner of the company, Glenn Sanford, because he knows what goes on here in Orlando. The EXP, what we have in Orlando is not a norm in other places. But here's your resource. If you need scripts, like Facebook, you can find different Facebook groups. Just find a group that has scripts. So if I type in scripts, tips and tricks was one I joined a couple months ago. See, and it's built like Facebook, right? You can comment there, other people make comments.
Yeah.
But where you find your resources, it'll come up here. I opened up too many tabs, now it's going slow. Here we go. If you need more scripts, tips, you needed more information on the state, but right here, files. So you can go anywhere, type in whatever subject you need in Workplace. This is all the EXP agents in the US. If you click on files, everybody has loaded up their own that they made up, things that they stole from other places, scripts that they bought. Tom Fury scripts, you might know about him. Some of them created their own. Closing, selling process checklists, closing transaction checklists, recruiting scripts. All agents are free. You can post your own. This is where you can find even more resources that EXP is able to provide. EXP agent attraction, just click on files. If you want to learn more about that, what other people are doing, some people just made up their own processes. Welcome to EXP family, your first 30 days. What should I do in my first 30 days? If you want to revisit that. But again, you don't need to go here. We have classes on this. Your first 30 days, Josh Pride does a class on that. Did a great one last week. EXP University, if you want to know what classes are coming up, what are the resources for those classes, just click on files. And there are a bunch of files here. Business plans, if you want to just recreate a business plan. objection handling scripts, a whole community based on that. A referral network. If I need something, and I've used this, I needed an agent in Tampa. I don't know anybody in Tampa. No one in our office had a suggestion. I posted here, hey, looking for a referral agent over in Tampa. You will get so many people calling you. Be careful of that. I would just put your email. But I had over 30 different people in Tampa reach out to me. Hey, Devin, I'd be happy to help. What do your buyers need? I'll take that referral. So if you need a referral lead out, or someone in our pond says, no, we're going to buy in Miami now. Perfect. We have a house to sell in Tennessee. Perfect. Just get their name and, hey, can I connect you with an agent? If you like the way I work, can I connect you with someone? Yeah, sure. We need the value of our home right here. Referrals with other EXP agents. This is how you can get paid on any home, no matter where it is in the US. Say, hey, I have someone in Las Vegas, or I need a Spanish speaking lead agent needed. If they don't put your contact, they'll comment here. If you put your contact, you're going to get a whole bunch of agents because they watch this all day long. But you're never without referral group. Biagio runs this one, the global off-market high-end hospitality assets. We're selling hotels, EXP agents. Biagio runs this group. So 230 million euros. Biagio is definitely talking with high-level net worth people in other countries, trying to sell, $2 billion products, $200 million products that he's at under contract. So there's no limits to what you can do in here, but these are your resources that you have access to. So Brent Gove, Honey Badger Nation, Jay Kinder, National Association of Expert Advisors, and also you have EXP on-demand trainings. So you are never without resources. They all come from here. Join TDP. So now you know the value of this one website. So anybody have any questions on these or thoughts?
There's a lot. There's no excuses for sure.
Yeah, that's super helpful to like find information that we need to help us when communicating with clients, as well as find like prospecting and stuff, finding information. This is super helpful. Thank you.
No problem. And I know, like, because I went through the process, I've been with another broker. Normally when you join EXP, there's a process of videos that you go through for onboarding where you would learn all these things. But still, as a new agent, you don't place a high value on these because you just are ready to be a realtor. Let me work with some people. I want to go sell some homes. And that's the whole point here. When you join this office, our job is to get you under contract in the first 30 days, 60 days, get you, producing, get some money in your pocket. But don't overlook these resources. I would say go back, find these resources, bookmark them, and place a high value on these. This is where you'll find all your resources on things. So, if it's late at night and the group chat may not be able to answer it for you, it's probably already answered on Join TDP. It's probably already answered here in these chats. Or you'll just come across random things that you're able to find. If you have any questions about funnels of communications with our broker, in the workplace, our Florida State group, definitely want to make this number. You'll see our broker, the staff, who you need to go to for funnels of communication, anything broker related, anything about e-signing, that's where you'll send it to. Administration matters. These are the hours for walk-ins, that would be EXP World. Agent assistance line. So you have all these resources to get your questions answered. But again, it's just really about knowing where your resources are, being resourceful. You'll find that after probably about a year on the team, if you place a high value on these resources, you become a leader yourself. You become resourceful. And that's what the top leaders you see in this office are. Dan Rojas, Julie Marr, Veronica Figueroa, Manny, a lot of team great, they're resourceful. Even some of them don't even know about these things, but they're very resourceful. So I would say now that you know about it, place a high value on this. And spend some time knowing where every button here takes you, knowing where every button in SkySlope takes you. Just being aware of your resources because this is your own business. I remember my job, the day I got into real estate was also the day I started applying for part-time jobs when I got at JCPenney. They trained me in 2 weeks. They thought that was enough. for me to learn the register, and that's about it. I took on the idea of finding out how to take on this job, how to learn those other things over the course of having that job. When you come here, you're your own business owner. So it's not always someone else that's going to say, hey, bookmark this, this is valuable, you're going to need this. It's kind of on you to go through and utilize the resources. So if you're lost again, if this isn't, if you're still wanting more resources or you forget where things are, the launch book. The launch book is where everything is at. That's your boot camp. That's where everything was first being presented to you, but at boot camp's a lot. And again, we're focused on getting you money in your pocket. Everyone's happy about that. But at some point, you need to go back and spend some time on these resources that have already been put in place for you. You need to be your own leader, run your own business, and know that every business owner, if you open up a cookie shop, you can't be running it the same way a year later. You need to find new vendors. How do I find new marketing? What new ways am I going to put at it? Or go back to the basics? How were we so successful in our grand opening when everyone was excited with the balloons, and now 2 months later, nobody's walking in? If you're not getting calls, if you don't have a whole bunch of leads, revisit dollar productive activities. What should you be doing every day? Another great resource here, the winning schedule under more. If you don't have some sort of idea, if it's not written out or in your head, how should you be doing dollar productive activities? What are those? Launchbook already has it here laid out for you. My times are different, but I do wake up at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8. The first thing I do is put someone else's voice in my head. Brent Gove. I do put in Mike Fury for scripts. I do put in recordings that I have of Bobby and Gil, mostly Brent Gove. I put a lot of Brent Gove in my head early in the morning. His team meetings in the morning, learning about how they winning contracts. How is the guy who's hosting the Big Fire, the Cabo event, how is he teaching his agents? They're all on YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in Brent Gove. Every team meeting every week that we do, he might do it every month. He posts it with the date. You could be learning how he's helping his agents win and learn. But I would say, for those of you who don't have a whole lot of pendings or are a little bit lost on trainings or we're expecting more, it's out there, it's here. And now it's your job to take it on and learn yourself. And that's pretty much all I have. So unless you guys have any perspectives or any questions.
That was awesome. Thank you, Devin. Actually, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta get my kid from the bus, but